What's going on? This is Brendan back again with another video today with my main man, Justin.
Pleasure to see you guys.
Thanks for joining us again.
Thanks for having me.
In our last episode, we basically developed a couple rolls of your film.
Right.
And now in this episode, we're going to scan that film digitally.
At home.
At home. Poor man's way. We don't have a flatbed scanner, so we're gonna try to use,
A light bed.
Yeah, a light bed to put the film over, to backlight it. And then the A7R III. Is that the camera?
A7S.
Yeah, A7S.
A7 III, sorry.
A7 III. I don't know Sony at all, so. Yeah, so we're gonna give that a try. We're gonna be sort of learning as we go. So hopefully you guys can learn something from this too. Okay, so the things that you'll need for this project are, one, you're gonna need a stills camera. Next, you're gonna need a telephoto lens, preferably one that does macro. If not, then a macro extension tube. Then you'll need a light pad, so that way you can backlight your film. And of course, you'll need the film negatives themselves. You'll also need a tripod. And some optional items are a tape measure to help you measure your focus distance, a bubble level to make sure that your camera is level with your film surface, and some optional tools to help you hold the film flat against the light mat. Let's see this one.
Oh, and also, I have some lint-free gloves for when handling negatives. And if you happen to get lint on your negatives, you can use a blower just to get any dust or negatives debris off the negative. So in order, let me think. So in order to capture the negative correctly, we want to have our camera parallel to the negative. That way everything is sharpened and focused the way that it should be. So one of the necessities, like I said, is to make sure that it's parallel to the surface. So right now I'm just making some micro adjustments. So I previously used this DIY negative holder out of recycled plastics and cardboard, but I've had better success just clipping the ends of the negatives with these small clips, just holding them flat on the board. So
originally we thought that this negative holder, that it needed to be like dark to keep the light out or like light spill.
Right.
Have you not really had any issues with that?
No.
Cool.
I'm trying to see, which one do I want to rescan? I will do this one, because this was a really good picture. Right now I'm positioning the negative in the frame, and I'm turning the camera to its Super 35 crop mode.
And that's mainly just because you can't, it's just as macro as you can get. You can't move the camera closer.
Right.
That's your focus distance.
Another thing that I do is I put the camera on timer, just to avoid any camera shake or anything like that. So just to be safe, I put it on a 10-second timer. So once you have your negative imported into Lightroom, there's this plugin called Negative Lab Pro, made by, give him a shout out, his name is Nate. Nate Photographic.
Nice.
I don't know if that's his real last name, but shout out to you. It's a plugin that allows you to take your DIY scans or your DSLR images and turn your negatives into positives. It was $99 and completely worth every penny because there is no better option on the market.
Awesome.
So you go into, once you download Negative Lab Pro, go into Plugin Extras, Negative Lab Pro, and then change your source to digital camera, leave your color model at Frontier, pre-saturation, default, go into Edit, convert negatives to first.
Oh wow, so it basically just has to process it. Whoa.
Yeah.
And then, so now it just flips it to the negative.
Mm-hmm.
It's a colorful picture.
Yeah, and then you can,
This is like a really difficult picture to tell because it's so colorful.
yeah, just trying to rotate it preemptively, but, and then you can mess around with the hues a little bit, get it right where you want it. I'm gonna keep it right about here. mess with the strength, the brightness, contrast, all of your basic modifiers. I'll bring the highlights down just a hair, and that's good for me. Apply.
It's a really cool picture.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And then you can rotate your image, and there you go. There's your final image. You can export that and do whatever you so choose to.
That was so fast. Like, that's awesome. It just kind of analyzes and processes it on its own.
Yeah, it's amazing.
That's really cool. Like, compared to when we were doing tests before recording this video, it was like trying to do it like all the white balance manually and doing the invert effect and stuff.
Yeah.
With like sort of lackluster results. This is just like a couple clicks and you're done.
Yeah, yeah. There's nothing better on the market. The next thing to do is to make a comparison between our DIY DSLR light bed scan and a flat bed scan of this exact same negative.
Sweet. So the one on the left is the one we just did.
Right.
And the one on the right is the professionally done one. Basically, all I can see is that they pushed the shadows a bit.
Yeah, if I spend
the contrast is a little different.
Right. If I spend a little bit more time processing it, I could probably get it something close to, but not exactly. Yeah, and there's also significantly less noise on the professional flatbed.
Cool. All right. Well, thanks everybody for watching. I hope that was educational and informative for you. This was like sort of our first time trying to do it. I would say it's a pretty good success.
Yeah.
So it was a lot of fun. A lot easier than episode 1. Yeah, not much to it.
Cool.
Thanks again for watching, and we'll catch you guys in the next one.
See ya.